With back to school season just wrapping up, students are filing back into the classrooms, studying notes, taking tests, and preparing for another great school year. Though Caitlin and I have finished with school, on tonight's episode, we're going back to the basics and testing our knowledge of 5th grade subjects. So put on your thinking caps, sharpen your pencils, and get ready to see if we're really smarter than a 5th grader. Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Keiko Talks. As I'm sure you heard in the intro and you read in the title, tonight we are testing ourselves on 5th grade subjects and playing our own little version of Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? You ready?
I'm ready.
I think this is gonna be fun because I
think so too.
I haven't done 5th grade subjects since 5th grade.
It's a very long time.
Yeah, because by the time you get through college and everything is so complex. By that point, you forget the basics of you know what I mean, the stuff you started out building on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah. So before we get started, though, we did I guess we should go over the format of how we're gonna do our podcast today. So we're gonna just kind of talk about school a little bit and our experiences with school, and then we're gonna do an actual. We're going to answer questions from test subjects from 5th grade, and then we're going to see how many we get right. So hold your horses.
All right.
Let's see who gets the most right. That'll be interesting to see. And out of which subject.
Asking for a lot.
But yeah. So yeah. What do you think? So let's get started with how is school for you, or specifically elementary school? Because 5th grade is right on that little edge.
Yeah. It was cool. So, so we're talking specifically elementary school or just 5th grade?
Well, all pretty much elementary. I would say before 8th grade, what school was like for you and what subject and stuff.
Got it. I think the hardest subjects have always been social studies and probably English for me. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm very put one problem in, get the solution type of person. So math and science have just been a little bit easier for me to grasp. So I have to say those have probably been the easiest. I wasn't a bad student. I definitely did my work and I made A's and B's and stuff like that. So it wasn't an issue with any of those things, but I definitely enjoy other things as well, School was my focus, but I would rather not have done school probably in elementary school. But I did. It wasn't, you had to bring home good grades. So yeah, there is that. So I definitely brought home good grades and stuff like that. What else? In 5th grade specifically, I remember one of my teachers, her name was Miss Gardner, and she was my science and math teacher. And
you were inside the school in 5th grade, weren't you?
I was what?
You were inside the school because I was in one of the
I was right there on the end, and your cottage was right beside mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. The very first one. What was that other lady's name? She had it wasn't Miss Coker. Because you had Miss Coker, right?
No, I never had. I had Miss Martin in 5th grade. She was my homeroom / English, social studies. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who did I had. I know I had Miss Gardner. I don't remember the other. I can see her face, but I do not remember her name.
Actually, I think I remember there being somebody named Miss Coker, but I didn't have her. Because remember, most of the 5th grade was actually in cottages.
Yeah, exactly. It was only 2 classrooms, which was mine and somebody else's. Was on. Now
that I'm thinking about it, we called them cottages like it was quaint. Those were trailers. Them was
shags. Them was ghetto.
Okay. We Seriously. Definitely had 5th grade in little mini trailers, the ones you get from Home Depot or whatever. That's what now I think about it. They were little souped up trailers, but they called them cottages.
Facts.
Come on now.
Seriously. No. What else? What is that lady's name? Maybe I had Miss Coker. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know. Anyway, so I do remember that. I do remember going to after school.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
Wild after school.
Yeah, I do remember that.
That was my
What
wildest
else?
time. First and last
For
time I was
sure.
wild.
We were running that
Like
place.
10
Let
or
me just tell
11.
you, me and my crew, we were running that place.
We were kind of the bad kids. Believe it or not, we were kind of the bad kids at the after school we went to.
But granted, we were okay. So we were like the only like fifth graders in that program, and it was like a handful of us. It was maybe like maybe 10 of us.
Yeah,
maybe max. And so we kind of like just everybody else was like way younger, like you know.
like
and so we like definitely were like we would be babysitting the kids. Essentially, we would be running the show, protecting who we needed to protect. Like we had it down. So
yeah, because honestly, 10, 11 is very different than like 5, 6, which is 5, 6, 7, even 8, which is when, you know, in elementary school, everybody's sort of thrown together at those after school programs. But a 10 and 11-year-old has a different level of like learning and life experience than obviously somebody who's under the age of 8, because you're still pretty much a baby at that time. And not that you're not when you're 10, 11, but 10, 11 is kind of like preteen, preteen. And you definitely are like little, I don't know. You're just more like, you're like a sentient being at that time, you know? So you like talk back and say all kinds of craziness and do all kinds of crazy stuff.
We were pushing the water a little bit, but
we were a little bit. And I like, if the people are listening, we should apologize for 10-year-old 11 behavior. We should have been better. But that was the last time I remember being sort of like rambunctious and knowing it and being like okay with it, because after that we didn't do craziness in middle school. I didn't do craziness in high school, so
at all.
At least we got out at 10 or 11. That was it.
Pretty much capped out and it was really just that 1 year, because I don't even think we went to after school. We only went to after school that 1 year. We didn't even
we never went to anything else. I mean, in middle school we started going home by ourselves. Were we going home by ourselves? Yeah, we were.
I think
or we would have people like live with us here and there, so like
so we really weren't by ourselves. Like people were constantly
there was like adult. There was always like supervision,
adult there, but we took care of ourselves.
Yeah.
So okay. So how was your experience?
I mean, I would say I really enjoyed school, like growing up. Honestly, like I don't even know if I projected like school lover as much as I did, but I did. I just found the whole process, like, I guess it was a sense of accomplishment, because it's like they teach you the material, you study, you can get an immediate result on like your ability to, you know, kind of regurgitate the information, which I don't think that's the best way of learning now. But I think for me, I was able to succeed in that way because I always had the ability to take what she said, repeat it, put it on the test. Like, you know what I mean? And some people can really do that. And that's, you know, it's unfortunate that our school system only rewards that form of work, because there's so many other ways to learn, so many other ways that, you know, since then I have adopted so many other ways of learning things, right? But I was able to do that at a young age in elementary school. And so I always felt fine. It always gave me a sense of accomplishment because I could just do it. And I knew I could succeed at it, you know?
Yeah.
So I liked learning, and really what I did like reading a lot. I wish we could have read more of the types of stuff I wanted to read, but that's what I would say about elementary school.
Okay. I also remember going to the library, and that was lit.
Yeah. Because we always had to be like escorted everywhere, especially as like little kids. You know,
I think in 5th grade we were allowed to go places by ourselves, but
like 5th grade, but younger years, 4th and 5th grade, they kind of separated a little bit more from the smaller kids. 3rd grade down was really like kind of considered smaller, not as
all hands on
deck.
Do
things on their own. Yeah, more all hands on deck. But then I think about it, and I'm like, your body grows so much during that time that like a kindergartner and a 5th grader they go to the same school, but it's so much different. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because
Seriously.
like kindergartner, I just see a little baby. I just see a little itty bitty. And then they have their big backpacks on, and it's like half their size. And it's like it's so cute. But
seriously, I do
yeah,
think that like I could see, I guess they like break it like have 5th grade and maybe 6th grade, maybe 7th grade in like one school.
yeah,
And I see that it kind of makes sense to me now because in 5th grade we were doing more of like middle school things or like maybe preparing us for middle school.
yeah.
So,
I know in middle school a different teacher for every subject, right? So like they kind of started doing that in middle school where we would have like 2 teachers for one subject. I mean,
yeah,
in like 4th and 5th grade, we'd have a teacher for 2 subjects, and
we would
then the other
swap.
teacher for the other 2 subjects. So we would have to practice kind of like switching classes and keeping up with the work per class, And I think that was good that they did that. I think we started doing that in like 4th grade because remember we had Miss Huff and Miss
Byers.
And Miss Byers, yeah. And we had Miss Huff and Miss Byers, and we would just like kind of go back and forth between those two. Like Miss Byers did 2 subjects, and Miss Huff did the other 2.
Yep, I remember that. Miss Huff had social studies, right, and English.
Yeah, Miss Huff had social studies and English, and then you also had like a homeroom teacher too. So it's like Miss Huff was my homeroom teacher,
Yeah, Miss
and
Byers
my
was mine.
English, yeah. And so, but then like halfway through the day, we would like switch, and then there'd be like lunch.
I don't know how we got the same teacher. I don't know how that happened.
I don't know because I mean, I guess they considered it like you technically had Miss Byers as like your homeroom.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I would like see you in the hall.
Yeah, we were directly across the hall from each other in 4th grade.
It's literally, literally.
Yeah, I think honestly, 4th grade was probably the last time we had that closely connected. No, remember one time we had a French class together?
When?
In middle school.
Oh, in middle school. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we had all of our French classes together in middle school. That was cool.
Yeah.
We used to, Courtney, now we showed our Rihanna in that class.
Yeah, we kind of did, but not as bad as some other kids did.
No, we showed our behind in that class.
But some kids were worse.
Some kids were worse, but we were too old to be doing that.
We were too old to be doing that. But we were really cool with the teacher. And the thing is, the teacher also, we never had bad grades. So like, even though we got like pretty chummy with the teacher, we like, she couldn't like be like, your grades are suffering.
Facts. And honestly, we were like bad on the level of like helping the teacher. Like when she would like not be able to like, the first teacher, when she could not wrangle, we would be like, all right, cut it out. Like y'all are doing too freaking much.
We were like, we were just,
we had more respect than the freaking teachers.
Yeah, like I think the teacher, even though we probably should have just been like more student teacher type relationship, we just still, I think she respected that we were like, I don't know, trying. Or that we were like
I was actually interested in learning French. So like they were interrupting my learning because I wanted to know.
And we weren't trying to be disrespectful. We were like, we just got on with the teacher really well. So.
Yeah, Madam Phillips. Love her. I wonder where she's at. Because I used to follow her on Facebook.
I think I still follow her on Facebook.
Really? See, I deleted my own Facebook and then I made a new one.
I still follow her on Facebook. I don't know. But, yeah, I have other like teachers since then that I got. The teachers I've always been closest to have always been French teachers. And what is that? Because in IB in high school, got close to my French teacher, Mr. Bagley. And even the French teacher I had before then, she was really nice. I forgot.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. But she was cool. I liked her. She was really from Canada.
She was from Canada, yeah.
She was cool. I had her for my French class.
She would get so frustrated with like the fact that like none of the American kids would like put effort into even like learning French.
Seriously. Yeah, no. Everybody took that class as a joke.
But it was annoying because I wanted to learn. Like I actually
me too. Yeah. The thing is like, because a lot of the classes, especially when it comes to language, are not advanced level classes. And remember, she used to always only teach AP classes for that reason. And so in honors classes, but one year she had like a regular, just like a French 2 or 3 class, and she was so annoyed. Oh my God! We barely got a lot of learning done.
I can only imagine because I'm telling you, regular high school, we didn't realize it in elementary and middle school because people are still kind of PG at that time. But regular high school, there is a big difference between that and advanced classes. And I know why teachers don't want to teach it.
Yeah.
I know why they don't.
100%. I could never. I would have to teach like advanced level. It was like a different level of maturity, period.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I just remember her classes, like I wanted to know so bad, but like I also felt like the way language was taught in our homes and in our school system was like we just learned in class, and it's like you need to be so immersed in language to really learn it. And we need to start doing that very early on, because I think by the time you're 5, language, like whatever the language part of your brain is set in stone. So whatever is being spoken to you most often is what becomes your language. But there's some years in there where you can become bilingual very easily because you hear, you know what I mean? And I think we started so late. We start so late learning things, so it makes it harder. Like by the time I get to high school, we're still doing, verb conjugations and like things that are
Seriously.
kind of very, you know, elementary. We're still doing that kind of thing because we just don't have that level of exposure, especially somewhere like the American South where everything is very homogenous. There's only English spoken, and it's like, backwoods country English, It's not even like proper English exactly. So like it makes it very I don't know, that was always one thing I really wish I would have been able to like pick up on, because it's so helpful when you become an adult and you move to areas where the language is not just English,
Yeah.
for sure. So but yeah, I mean, I enjoyed school, honestly, all throughout the years. School got hard for me when I got to IB. And to this day, IB was the hardest program I ever endured, post college and everything. IB was harder, I think, than a lot of my college classes. And I did that for
I
2
think my
years.
hardest class was definitely AP Chem. That was literally
I
the
can see
hardest
that.
class.
Yeah, I can
That
see
was
that.
that like just, and then I had a sucky teacher. I was just like, that's even like even in college, I took a chemistry class,
Mhm.
and I was fine. Did fantastic.
Yeah.
Nutrition, fantastic. Biology, did pretty good. And anatomy and phys, did pretty good. Uh, that AP chemistry, nah, that
Yeah.
was kicking my butt.
I wonder
But
if
I
it's
think also
something
too, like
about,
school has this like weird. Well, I guess here in South Carolina, I won't speak for all schools. They like randomly throw things at you instead of building up to it. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
Like,
think
why am
I
I
think it's
just
the
now hearing
school
about
system
chemistry?
though. I think that's our school system though, is because they start to track people. They sort of track early. Well, not early, but I guess they track certain kids, and they're like, well, because you're on this track, you should be able to handle things. They still need the building blocks. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they do, I guess, like separate like these kids, that kid, and that's another problem. Tracking is a problem. Okay, but that's another
Facts.
episode. But I think for the kids who do end up getting tracked, as I feel like we were in some ways, it was like they just think, oh, you should be able to handle AP chemistry because you've been on this path for so long. And it's like, we never built up to this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And we do a lot of, I think, or at least our school system did a lot of throwing things, but having no real foundation, So
Mm-hmm.
then it feels like it's totally foreign.
No, for 100%. And the thing is, I think before that, I had actually taken just like a normal chemistry class, but it was
Hmm.
like it just wasn't. It didn't click. It just did not click.
Yeah,
But I mean, the high school was the first time we've ever heard of chemistry. So
that too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm right. We had to take like one chemistry class, like even to graduate, didn't we? Something like that, right?
yeah, I think you
I
do. You
remember
have to
the
take a
chemistry.
biology and a chem class.
Yeah, I wish I could have my high school transcripts. They're probably somewhere, but I'm
I
not
think I
sure if
still
I took.
have mine. I think they're still on my phone.
Really? That's
I think I
crazy.
still have a picture of it.
I don't know what my high school transcripts say, but I know I probably have a paper copy of it somewhere because I still
Oh,
have
for
my
sure.
cap and gown and everything. But yeah, so that when I took that chemistry, I took one chemistry class, and I'm not sure if it was honors or regular. I think it was honors. I want to say it was honors. Which I kind of wanted to get into a regular class because I was like, I know this is going to be a struggle for me. I was aware enough at the time to know like that was going to be hard, and it was hard. But yeah, that still wasn't as hard as math for me. For some reason, science I can do slightly better in because I think there's an element of like reason, a little more reason to it. Math just throws me for a loop. I don't know why.
Facts.
I really don't know why. Besides prob and stats, I can get into because, that's a lot of like inferring and interpreting. But things that are just straight like formulas that take up half the board, all of that, and it's because I lose where we're at and why we're doing it. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, it's very like theoretical.
It's theoretical, and it's like you mess up this one thing, it messes up 3 other things down the line.
Facts.
And like I can't, that precision that you have to have for math like bothers me.
I can see that.
So yeah, but yeah, okay. So would you go back to 5th grade and do it all over again?
No.
Yeah, neither
No.
would I.
No. There's no standardized schooling that I would do over again.
You're right.
I would do college over again, but nah.
Yeah. Redo 5th grade,
Yeah, no, it's literally like a moment in time.
I am proud of the fact that I always took school seriously, though, because I think that sets a standard for the rest of your life. Like, even as a 5th grader, I always like wanted to do my best, and even if I didn't, necessarily have like top grades or whatever,
Yeah,
like I know I put my best into it.
You're true.
I did something I think we did at our school, which I imagine most schools do, is there's always like it's always a competition like among the smart kids to like who can be the smartest. And I feel like that is so toxic to little kids because you really have 10-year-olds being like, I have to get an A plus or I have to do blah blah blah. And it's like you realize in the adult world, people make C's, D's, and F's and still get like nice corporate jobs or whatever. So there really is that whole idea of like competing for what? Because nobody cares about your GPA when you're gone. Nobody cares about your, those things are only really applicable to academic institutions. But when you enter like the real world, unfortunately, there's not an emphasis on higher learning. Unfortunately.
Lord. Low key. Like, don't be wrong, I really enjoy learning, but I enjoy learning the things that I want to learn, like not just because you like have to. So
yeah. Something I do wish I had been exposed to, as I wish I had been exposed to artwork so much earlier in life. Really, I do. I mean, as a like serious form, like something you can pursue with your life. I didn't know. Like I just like if I had known as a 5th grader, or if we had been exposed to more than just art class, felt like a task. At that time, like they would like make you do this type of painting, and it'd be like, okay, we're doing this lesson plan, so everybody's got to paint the leopard, or everybody's got to make this, watercolor, like, and it's good that they teach you about the like art forms, but they never are explaining it in a way that it's coming from self reflection, self expression. It's always the teacher said to do this, so we're doing this assignment. It's like art assignments, and I think that is so far from what actual art is. There's no assignment to artwork. You know what I mean? It comes from yourself or it comes from something, So that was never explained to me. So it always felt like a task. And then there was people who like could draw really well because they were naturally talented. And everybody else was like, well, I can't draw that well, so I suck at art. Like we would all say that,
That was me.
Yeah, that was me too. Because I'd be like, well, I don't draw like that, so I'm not good at this. And that's so far from the truth. That's not what that means, But that was the impression we would get. And I think it creates the idea that the arts don't matter because either you're talented at it or you're not, and the vast majority aren't. So don't put emphasis on it. When we're consuming art all the time, the books we were reading, that is a form of artwork. The music we were listening to, form of artwork. The films we were watching, form of artwork, So yeah, that I would go back and reteach myself as a child, because I think people just get it wrong, And that's a complex thing, I guess, to explain to little kids. I couldn't imagine trying to explain conceptual art to like a 5th grader, but I wish they would have put more emphasis on like that this is a form that everybody gets to participate in versus us and them, So that's the only thing I would say. Other than that, no, we're not doing 5th grade again. Been there, done that,
Literally ever.
Been there, took the test, done, right? But okay, anyway, so Yeah, so I guess the last little thing we'll talk about is one of our biggest teachers was actually Schoolhouse Rock. Everybody
Yes,
knows Schoolhouse Rock, right?
I would think so.
I hope they would know. We
It's
used
a
to watch
classic.
it. It is a classic. And we had the DVD of it, so we really have the classic. None of this on Disney Plus, stuff that we have now. But yeah, okay, what's your favorite Schoolhouse Rock song?
Oh, that's hard. Favorite Schoolhouse Rock song? There's so many good songs on there.
I know they're bops.
I do like a top 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Schoolhouse Rock. I'm gonna have to do The Preamble's Lit. What else? But it's Elbow Room. Gotta put that on there. What else? Preamble. I like Just a Bill, but like it's not my favorite. So interjections. We'll say interjections. That's a good one where they're like yelling.
Interjections. Your excitement or emotion.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. That's a good one.
Okay. That's the end.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let's see. I don't know the name of the song, but when they multiply by the number 3, the one 3, 6, 9, 12, 12, 15, 18, 21, 21, 24, 27, 30. Honey, if don't ask me to multiply by 3, I'm literally do that in my head every time. What else?
What about, do you like the 5 one?
Yeah, that one's cool too. That one's cool.
Yeah.
What else? I had one more song. I'm gonna say those are my tops. Those are ones I'm always listening to. So
yeah, I do. Elbow Room is like probably one of my favorite ones. Like, you want to like get me in a good mood immediately to start that. Yeah. One thing you will discover when you get next to one another is everybody needs some elbow room.
Elbow room. But that probably like started my love for like indie music. It's very like indie, like Blackwoods blues.
Yeah. It's kind of like like backwoods blues, like you were saying. Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that one. Do you remember Fireworks?
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, Fireworks. Love that's that classic. One.
It's gonna be fireworks, fireworks on the 4th of July. Yes, that's good stuff. If y'all haven't seen Schoolhouse Rock, go Google it. Yes. It's on Disney Plus, I think now, but they have it on YouTube too.
Yes, I love it. Sometimes I really do just pop it on, like even with my headphones. Sometimes I'd be like, if somebody looked at my list right now, they would definitely see Schoolhouse Rock. Period.
Oh, for sure. But, yeah, no, that's a classic. So bop it to this day.
Yes. And I like all the social studies history ones. I feel like they just put like they put their foot in the social studies ones 100%. Above all the other ones. Those are the ones that get me.
Yeah, they did. 100%. Yeah. They have some science ones too that were okay.
Yeah, those were okay.
Social study ones, those are the best.
I like I do like Verb. I don't know if you ever heard that one, the Verb. It's like verbs.
I probably have. I just don't remember it.
To walk, to run, to eat, to fly.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I just don't like that one. Yeah. The English ones you convince me. Remember that math and that social studies?
Seriously, yes.
All day.
Not all the like math ones though. Some of the ones like the figure 9 was weird to me. That was always weird to me.
Figure 8, the ice skating one?
11. Yeah, I didn't like that one.
The figure 8 is half of 4. That one?
Yeah, I didn't like that one like that.
I like that one.
It was too slow. I put on Schoolhouse Rock because I wanted to rock. I want to jam. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. Now I'm going to listen to that. Oh, Conjunction Function. That's a good one too. Conjunction Junction. What's your function?
Yeah.
That's a good one too. Just go listen. Go listen to it. It's good. It's
Yeah,
good.
Schoolhouse Rock, not sponsored, but just go listen to it.
Yes. I mean, we'll take it though.
We used to listen to that like almost every Saturday morning we were at our dad's
Oh,
house.
for sure. Yeah. He
Like,
really was teaching us something too. I'm not gonna lie, it did teach us a little something,
yeah,
something,
it
but
did.
still.
I did learn the preamble that way. I'm not even gonna
I
lie.
did. I learned how to multiply by 3. So all right, so we should probably get into the questions.
Oh yes, of course. Okay, so now the official test to find out if we actually are smarter than a fifth grader. These are, by the way, taken from fifth grade standardized test. So from various parts of the country. Some are like Michigan, Oklahoma, Nebraska. So actually, I guess these are all like middle America, aren't they? Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
Or the
So
standards are a little higher.
yeah. Well, no, possibly lower because like New York and California would probably be like some of the highest standards.
Oh yeah, what I'm saying, they're higher than South Carolina.
Yeah, probably. But anyway, so this is a non-South Carolina. So we try to get a wide array of like what are the standards for fifth graders, right? Mm-hmm. And these are relatively recent tests. I think from like 2018 to 2022. You know how they released the questions that they used in the previous year so people can study? That's what we got. So let's get into it. We got 4 subjects. We got English, math, social studies / history, and science. So yeah. The first section is the English section. And for this one, the first one, we're reading an excerpt from Alice in Wonderland. So you want to go ahead and get into reading it out loud for everyone to hear? We can go back and forth, do popcorn reading. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it doesn't. We can read it because the other ones have passages too, so we can just take turns. Yeah. Okay, so I'll start with this one. Okay. This one is from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. It sounded an excellent plan, no doubt, and very neatly and simply arranged. The only difficulty was that she had not the smallest idea how to set about it. And while she was peering about anxiously among the trees, a little sharp bark just over her head made her look up in a great hurry. An enormous puppy was looking down at her with large round eyes and feeble, stretching out one paw, trying to touch her. Poor little thing, said Alice in a coaxing tone, and she tried hard to whistle to it. But she was terribly frightened all the time at the thought that it might be hungry, in which case it would be very likely to eat her up in spite of all her coaxing. Hardly knowing what she did, she picked up a little bit of a stick and held it out to the puppy, whereupon the puppy jumped into the air off all its feet at once with a yelp of delight and rushed at the stick. I'm sorry if I messed up, guys. It's really small, so it's hard for me to read. And made believe to worry. Then Alice dodged behind a great thistle to keep herself from being ran over. And the moment she appeared on the other side, the puppy made another rush at the stick and tumbled head over heels in its hurry to get hold of it. Then Alice, thinking was very like having a game of play with a cart horse and expecting every moment to be trampled under its feet, ran around the thistle again. Then the puppy began a series of short charges at the stick, running a little way forwards each time and a long way back, and barking hoarsely all the while, till at last it sat down a good way off, panting, with its tongue hanging out of its mouth and its great eyes half shut. This seemed to Alice a good opportunity for making her escape, so she set off at once and ran till she was quite tired and out of breath, until the puppy's bark sounded quite faint in the distance.
Ooh.
Okay.
I read the whole book of Alice in Wonderland in college because I took a British children's literature class.
Oh, did you?
So I actually do know where she's at. The first question is, where do you think Alice is? We're going to keep our answers
Wonderland.
off the air
are we?
Until later.
Okay.
So write your answer down. Yes. All right, my answer's down.
Okay.
Oh yeah, feel free to join us too because we're gonna give the answers like at the end if you want to play along. So write your answer down or keep mental notes of them. Okay, and the second question for this one is characters. Who are the characters in this passage? You got your answers?
Mm-hmm.
All right. 3. What is the problem Alice faces? You got your answer?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And solution. How does Alice solve the problem? You got your answer?
Okay. Yep.
All right. So that's the first passage that we have from Alice in Wonderland. And I'll go ahead and read the second question for us.
Okay.
All right. So it says a student is writing a research report about bikes, riding bikes. He wrote an opinion on the report. Read the sentence from the student's report and the directions that follow. This is the sentence. To go from one place to another riding a bike is better than riding in a car. If there is a traffic jam on the road, riders on the bike next to the road can move faster. You do not have to put gas in a bike like you do in a car. Sometimes it is easier to park your bike close to the place where you are going. The student took notes about riding bikes. Choose 2 notes that support the student's opinion. All right. These are the notes. When riding a bike, you should always wear a bike helmet. The hardest part of learning to ride a bike is keeping your balance. Riding a bike is a lot faster than walking, especially if you need to go far. When the weather is rainy, you should ride in a car so you don't get wet. Riding your bike gives you exercise because your legs make the bike go. You should spend more time outdoors when you're on a bike. This is good for you.
Okay.
So you choose 2 notes that support the student's opinion.
Got it. I feel like I'm doing terrible at this.
When I'm looking, I'm like, hold on.
Right? Like, all right, I got my answer. You got yours?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get another.
You basically told me to read his mind. Got it.
Okay. Yeah, I got my answers.
Okay. I'm going to read another question. It says a student is writing a research report about the animals of Antarctica. Select one sentence that has information the student could use to support the topic. A, Antarctica is one of the most difficult places to live in the world. B, Antarctica is the coldest place on Earth. C, it is not surprising that very few people live there year-round. D, even though few people live there, many people take trips to Antarctica each year. E, some scientists go there to study the ice. F, because Antarctica is almost all ice, it has few plants. Only 2 types of flowering plants are found there. G, many different types of penguins make their home in Antarctica.
I do feel like these be a little like you want to sit here and kind of think.
Seriously, I'm like,
I didn't realize 5th grade was like. Hold on.
Select all. Is that an option? Like, ma'am.
I wonder if it's because like we're at the point where we're like we've taken so many other classes we do overthink things, you know?
Yeah, I could possibly, for sure. I got my answer whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I got my answer too.
Okay.
Okay, so the next one, this is a paragraph from a story, so I'm going to read it. It says, Danya stood in the long line in the lunchroom and looked around curiously while she waited her turn. The room was packed with students, but it looked like only those who had brought a lunch from home were eating. There were no school lunches at the counter yet. Danya wondered what was causing the delay. Then she saw a lunchroom worker come through the door from the kitchen, pushing a large cart full of fresh, hot food. The room erupted with cheers. Choose the best concluding sentence for the paragraph. A. Danya was really hungry. B. Finally, the food was ready. C. The other students in the line were growing impatient. Or D. Danya wondered what the excitement was all about.
It's probably the easiest one.
All right. Okay, you ready to move on to the next one?
I think that's it for English.
Is it?
Oh, no, it's two more.
There's two more. There's two more for English. Okay, you want me to read this one?
Oh, I'll read it. Sorry. Based on the Latin word, how do you say that?
Repetare?
I guess so. Repetare? Yeah. It's a Latin word. Repetare. What I don't know. Which means to do again. The word repetitive from paragraph 10 means A, to repair something, B, to repeat something, C, to rewind something, D, to remove something.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one says, read the sentence. The doe fought against Sophie's efforts. What does the personification of the doe suggest? F. The dough does not have all the ingredients. G. The dough is not ready to be rolled out. H. The dough is difficult to knead. Or J. The dough prefers Aunt Lila. All right. So that's the end of the English section. Should we go ahead and do the question, the answers for this section?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Everybody got their answers ready?
Yeah.
All right. So the writing prompt for Alice in Wonderland, I guess these were more like suggested answers, but here's some examples of correct answers. For number 1, I put a garden yard at her home. What'd you put?
I said Wonderland.
No, it's outside during the day.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well,
that's tricky though. I will say that because the title is misleading, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. But if you know the beginning of Alice in Wonderland, she has to go down the rabbit hole first. Remember?
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, how would I know she's not in the rabbit hole? Because she always like makes it seem like he's like so much bigger than her, and we all know that Alice becomes small and everything else is like huge to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When she goes down the hole.
But that's why. But she's outside throwing a stick with her puppy. It's because of the stick in the yard, and like she's able to find a stick and throw it, and the dog goes and gets it and comes back. So she's probably outside.
No, but like, why is she saying the dog is so big?
Because she's a small little kid.
Whatever. She's not in Wonderland. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's the problem.
Well, okay. When you read the entire text, you get it because really the author plays on the whole idea of being big versus small. So everything seems big to Alice, even when she's not in Wonderland yet. But you would have to you have to understand the language of the book, which they only gave you an excerpt, so it's really not. That was a misleading question. When I saw that, I was like, I think Caitlin's going to say Wonderland. It's because most people say Wonderland. But the book, it actually starts out with her in her garden. Even when you watch the movie, she starts out in a garden, goes down a rabbit hole.
Which I understand that, but like then you're like referring on something, you're like relying on something other than the text itself, and I don't think that's fair.
I agree with that. Yeah, they're relying on a bigger context, and I think that's misleading.
And like who's to say I've seen that? Like my mom might not allow me to watch that.
Well, I mean, the only thing you could get from the text is that she has a big puppy. looking down on her with large round eyes. Okay. And then she says, knowing what she did, she picked up a little bit of a stick and held it out to the puppy, whereupon the puppy jumped into the air and had his feet at once. The yelp of delight rushed to the stick and made it believe to worry it. He dodged a great thistle, which is like, if you think about a thistle, that's like a bush. So it would be a
I know
yard.
what that is.
You would have to like it's interpretive. So it's like you gotta understand
also
the stick,
too that like
the yard, the
thistles. There was thistles in Wonderland too now.
I mean, yeah. I just think they're assuming you wouldn't just jump straight to Wonderland. Although that was confusing. I agree. When I first read that question, I was like, this is confusing. Because everyone's gonna say Wonderland. But you gotta look a little deeper into it. Specifically that word thistle.
Beyond me. That's why I told y'all English was not my stuff. I tried to tell you. The rest of these is probably gonna be wrong too. Okay, what's next?
The other ones were a little more straightforward. So characters, who were the characters? Alice and the puppy.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. Let me grade myself.
Okay, number 3. What is the problem Alice faces? She's afraid the puppy might hurt her because she is so small. What?
I said that's the playing with the puppy and him being big.
Oh, I said trying to escape, get her puppy coaxed.
I guess that's along the same line.
Well,
like his size. She's trying to coax him because of his size.
Yeah, well, I didn't think about it as size. I thought she was just trying to get the puppy to be placated so she could go escape.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's so? I don't know. You think my answer is right, or you think it's kind of like, It's like really.
I think it's along the lines. Like it's close.
Okay, I'll count that one as right. Trying to get her puppy coaxed.
Yeah, because she's only coaxing because he's so big and she thinks he's a threat.
For some reason, I didn't pick up that the puppy was a threat. Why did I not pick that up?
I mean, my thing is, okay, you're saying this puppy's so big, but then he's a puppy. Like, I don't know.
Well, it does say an enormous puppy was looking down on her with large round eyes and feebly stretching out one paw, trying to touch her. Poor little thing.
You as a human? That's what I'm saying. Like, how?
And she said it in a coaxing tone. She tried hard to whistle, but she was terribly frightened all the time at the thought that it might be hungry, in which case it would be very likely to eat her up in spite of all her coaxing. But that doesn't imply that she's small. How big can this puppy be? I don't know. Well, the thing is, it's all about, when you read the book, it's all about perception. So Alice sees things differently than what they necessarily might really be, you know?
Yeah.
And she is a small child. So if you think about, like, to a small child, things look bigger than what they actually are to an adult, you know? Yeah, that's why when she gets down into Wonderland, everything is so, like, everything's in an extreme. It's either incredibly big or she's very small. It's these, like, dichotomy of sizes, you know?
I'll have to go back and watch the movie now.
Yeah. I will say what helped me actually understand Alice in Wonderland a lot more was when my professor explained it to me in college. I didn't get it as a kid. And now I'm looking back at this text and I'm like, I know why. Because, like, it's a little vague. Like, it's kind of
advanced.
Yeah.
I think it can easily go over your head because you are also a kid. Like,
yeah.
It's kind of like the world is like you have the same viewpoint as Alice.
Exactly.
Okay. Number 4.
The solution. How does Alice solve the problem? She gives the puppy a stick to play with and it runs off. Yes, that's
I was going to say the running away after throwing the dog off with a stick.
Okay, so that was a little challenging. We'll say that.
Okay, how many you got right for that?
I would have gotten all of them right, but I don't think I got number 3 really right because that wasn't what I was intending to say, really.
Okay, well, fine. You can not count that then.
I really was thinking like because it says she's afraid the puppy might hurt her. I never thought about the puppy hurting her.
Yeah, me either.
I thought she was just trying to run. She was trying to get the puppy away so she can go escape and then find the rabbit hole. And you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I did get the part about her trying to coax the puppy. That part, yes, I did.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the next question. And so what did you say for that one?
For number 1, I put C and E.
Okay, I put C and D. And it says that the answers are E and F. So the answers are, like, I don't know how. The answers are, I don't either. It says riding your bike gives you exercise because your legs make the bike go. You spend more time outdoors when you're on a bike, and this is good for you. Ciao. Okay.
That didn't make sense. Not the F didn't make sense for me.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I did put E. I guess we both got E, right?
No, I put C and D.
See, I thought C made the most sense.
Yeah, me too.
Because they were talking about how it's easier for you to ride a bike, or a bike is better than riding a car because of traffic.
And it like logically kind of goes in place what he was already talking about, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Okay, well.
Okay, so I guess we got...
You got 2 wrong.
A half point if you put E?
Yeah.
I put myself a half point because I got the C part wrong. Although I think C is a better option. I really do.
Me personally. Yeah, me too. Okay. Rigged. I know it. Okay, number 2 is G.
Yes, I got G.
And that one, I got G. Okay. G states, let's see.
Many different types of penguins.
Yep. And then number 3 is B. Finally, the food is ready. Got that right. Okay.
That makes sense.
All right. You want to do the next 2?
Yes. So let me get down to the answer keys. For that one, that was number 7?
Number 3 and 4.
Number 3 and 4. Okay, so number 3 is B. Repeat. Repetitive means repeat.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 4, it should be H. Correct. The personification says the dough is difficult to knead.
Yep.
But I thought G could also have fit, like, depending on what was happening.
I think so,
like,
too.
If she's trying to roll it out, then, you know.
But I think that would be more of like an assumption. Because she didn't say anything about her rolling it out.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I put H. I remember thinking, like, G could also work.
Yeah. Like, I can see as a 5th grader, like, I would be confused on which one.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your totals for this whole section?
So we did a total of 9 questions, and I got 2 wrong. So
I got 1.5 wrong.
So you got an 8.5 out of 9?
Yeah. Well, okay. No, it'll be 7.5 out of 5. 9.
No, because you only got, okay, so there's 9 questions. You got 8.5. I mean, you have 1.5.
Okay, yeah, you're right. 8.5. I lied.
Wait, no, you're right. It is 7.5.
Not me being better at math.
Right? Okay, so you got an 83.
83?
Yep. And I got a 78.
78.
Well, got a strong C.
We had to do a sliding scale.
Facts. Man, oh man.
I think the Alice in Wonderland thing could be a little, like, interpretive, though.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
I think we were misled by... I only knew that because I had read the book in college later. That's the only reason I knew that. Honestly, I would have said Wonderland otherwise. But I knew you would know that.
Oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't. I would not. All right, so the next subject is social studies.
The next subject is math, right?
No, it's social studies.
Oh yeah, social studies. Okay.
All right. Who asked the last question?
I think
Was it you?
Yeah, I think I did the last one.
Okay. So this one says Anna, Alonzo, Robert, and Rosa are putting on a school play. They've made a chart showing. Is this math? No, it's social studies. They made a chart showing who will be responsible for each task. So there's a little chart. I'm not going to go into detail because it's not necessary. And then it says which sentences describes a children's problem. A, they have a scarcity of human resources. B, they have a scarcity of actor costumes. C, they have a scarcity of props. And D, they have a scarcity of time.
Okay. I'm like really sitting over here studying this.
Right?
Oh, you're like, hold on now. All right, you got your answer for that one?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. We're going through all of these, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah, just because they're quick.
Okay. Okay, what is the benefit of borrowing money from a bank to purchase a car? A, the cost of the car will be less. B, the bank will loan money for a car for free. The car is paid for over a long period of time. C, or D, the bank will buy the car when the loan is paid. Is there ever a benefit?
Right?
It sounds like a car
payment.
Is there ever a benefit?
Ooh, this sounds like a setup to me.
I guess that's the benefit.
All right, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Which level of government regulates imports from other countries? A, federal. B, state. C, country. And D, city.
All right, I'm good with that one.
Okay.
Okay, during the 1600s, why did French settlers cooperate with local Native Americans? A, to trade fur. B, to learn farming. C, to begin a fishing industry. Or D, to work in the timber industry.
Travel?
The thing about this now is because we're like educated on what was the context of what really was happening. It's like you'd be like, well, if you really talk about A, then you got to talk about this,
B, C,
which
and
really
D,
means that,
which
and
is
it leads you to
select
like an
all.
answer. Yeah, which leads you to a different answer. You're like, that's really not even on the page because what we really know is like
y'all didn't skip the
almost
whole
like
backstory.
right? It's like I look at these questions.
Y'all didn't
like,
put
so
E, rape, steal, kill, and destroy.
Seriously,
because y'all didn't put E now, because that would obviously be the answer.
Right?
Like, all right, you good on that one?
Yeah, I'm good on that one.
Okay. Which sentence best explains why many people in the United States live in suburbs and work in cities? A, steamboats carry goods between the suburbs and the cities. B, canals carry passengers between suburbs and cities. Air transportation has reduced highway traffic. And D, expressways have a reduced travel time.
All right, I got my answer.
All right.
Okay, so we can't really explain the picture here. Or should we explain a little bit of the picture?
Yeah, it's like pilgrimy kind of look. It has a boat and people on the boat, like bringing into a port. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so it says this event occurred to protest which policy of King George III? A, taxation without
Isn't it ironic with the Queen?
Right. Or B, cruel and unusual punishment. C, the right to the trial by jury. Or D, the right to bear arms.
I'm good on that one.
Good on that one too.
All right. Which is used to determine the price of a good? A, trade. B, income tax. C, shares of stock. And D, cost of production. I'm good on that one.
Good on that one. All right. Which is an example of business partnership? A large company with a few stockholders. B, two teenagers who work at a mall. C, three friends who own a bicycle shop. Or D, a small company with a few employees.
You good on that one?
Yes.
Which individual is acting as a consumer? Mr. Smith's pizza delivers to Mrs. Garcia. Mrs. Garcia puts the pizza carton into the recycle bin. On Friday, the contents of the recycle bin are collected. A, pizza delivery person. B, Miss Smith. C, Mrs. Garcia. D, recycle bin collector.
All right. Next one. Which tax pays for the United States Army? A, federal income tax. B, state income tax. C, county sales tax. Or D, local property tax.
All of it.
Right?
Literally.
You know,
all
like,
at a
honestly,
blast.
we didn't have this level of like, we didn't talk about this in 5th grade.
Oh, no.
So that's why we wanted to have these kinds of questions, actually, because this is from a different state. I think this is Michigan.
Yeah, I don't think we like talk about this kind of stuff because it's kind of like economics, government until probably 12th grade.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that at all, actually.
All right, number 34. In which locations did Native American groups have extremely cold winters? Oh, I did? Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
which word describes capital equipment used for making pizza? A, tomato. B, oven. C, cook. D, wheat.
Capital equipment. Damn, that's kind of it seems like it's like shit. They were saying that in 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Last one. This is the last one for the section, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. In which locations did Native American groups have extremely cold winters? A, plains and southwest. B, eastern woodlands and plains. C, southeast and southwest. Or D, eastern woodlands and southeast.
Child, not the geography.
Right.
Oof.
Okay. I want to know what they mean by eastern woodlands.
Yeah, I don't know.
But,
and even the southwest, like that's very broad.
Yeah. I'll put an answer, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna just put something, but all right.
This is
let's check and see.
My experience of like driving cross country. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Right. I'm just taking a guess of the states I know that's over there.
Right. Okay. So you ready to get the answer key?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So these
number
aren't exactly
10.
Like numerical order. Number 10. I put A.
Really?
Yeah. What did you put?
I put C. Let me go back to this question. Hold on.
Wait, why'd you put C?
Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. The scarcity of props. Oh, why did I put props? It definitely says freaking costumes. Or the lack of human. Yeah.
Yeah, because remember, they don't. The volunteers would be human resources. Like they don't have the human labor.
Yeah, I was thinking about like that. There's not a person present for that section, so put that task. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Okay, that's just overthinking, I think.
Yeah. Okay. It's asking what their problem is, and the problem is they just don't have anybody.
Enough. Yeah, not enough people. Yeah, not necessarily like what that's associated with.
Yeah.
The root cause is the human being not being there, not necessarily. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, number 11.
What's number 11?
Number 11 is C.
Yes, that's what I put.
Okay, what does C say?
The car is paid over a long period of time.
Yep. Okay. Number 12 is A.
You put that? You put that too?
Yeah, I got C. Yeah, I put C.
Okay. 12A federal.
Yep, that's what I put. Number 13 is A.
Yes. That's the one I was
like,
right? Well, you really, yeah.
What's the answer?
Isn't it A?
The answer is A, but like, what does it say?
To trade for fur.
Child?
You didn't know that?
I wouldn't have known that. No.
That's why it's they always like the French Indian War was always about well, not the French Indian War, but like I thought everybody knew the French were like fur trappers.
I did not know that.
You know that? Mm-hmm. That was we learned that in 4th grade. I remember that.
Baby girl, I was not paying attention. I was passing those tests and then forgetting.
That was like the main export was like the fur trading.
Nope, that's why I got that wrong.
Yeah,
probably should have paid attention a little more.
But
okay, well, 14. Fast, like I said, it should have been E. Kill, steal, and destroy.
Seriously,
but that's just me.
Learn farming.
I put farming.
I mean, that was probably part of it, but I think they were mainly trading fur with them.
Well, okay, good to know. Never knew that. Number 14 is D.
Yes,
you got that right. All right, number 36 is A.
Yes,
got that right. Number 29 is D.
Yep.
Number 30 is C.
Yep.
Number 31 is C as well.
Yep.
32 is A.
Yep.
33 and 34 are B.
Yep. That's a
apparently
big
I'm
word,
good at
though.
Economy, but that's about it.
Like,
that's a big word.
Yeah, it is a big word. You got to kind of understand, like, because you can't. Tomatoes technically go into is like a cost of production that goes into making the materials, right? But capital equipment is something that is like bigger purchases that you use to like produce what for your business, right? So like an oven is an asset that you would purchase for a business. You kind of have to understand what
the first time I heard about that word was in college in my my accounting class.
Yeah. I think the whole idea of like of something being capital equipment is that it can be used like over and over again in a way that can
like brings you a profit.
Yeah.
How many did you get right?
Like you invest into that. I got all of them right.
Oh, well, you got 100.
A 9 out of, well, I don't know how many that was, 10, something like that.
It was 9 out of 12.
12? 12 out of 12?
Oh, you got 12 out of 12.
Yeah, I got all of them right. How many did you get?
All right. I got 10 out of 12.
You got 2 wrong?
Those actual, I got the first one wrong, and I got the one about the Indians with the French people.
Oh, okay. No, I remember that.
Don't rely on me for that. History, like I said, history and English are not my forte, so we're gonna see if math's my forte too.
That's a really obscure fact. I know I remember it from like 4th grade. They were like, they always traded fur. They traded fur with the French.
Facts. All right, now we're going to the math.
Okay, math.
All right. Let me get a clean piece of paper for this. So this right here about to be a shit show. Okay, by the way, we're only doing numbers. We're going to do 5 of these, but we're doing number 8, 20, 31, 42, and 47.
Yes.
All right. You want me to read the first question?
Yes, there's a little diagram with it.
Yeah, okay. It says, Randy has a puppy that is 6 months old. She has recorded the puppy's length in inches each month since it was born. Number 8.
Oh, we're not doing, okay. Sorry, I was looking at 7. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. She has recorded the puppy's length in inches each month since it was 1 month old. So in January, 14 inches, February, 18 inches, March, 19 inches, April, 22 inches, May, 25 inches, and June, 28 inches. Between which months did Randy's puppy grow the slowest? A, February and March, B, March and April, C, April and May and June. Now we having to do a whole calculation, honey.
I'll write this down. Okay.
All right, you good on that one?
Hang on, let me get the letter for it.
Okay.
Wait, what the heck?
I better get that one right too.
Wait, what did I do? Hang on.
Oh gosh.
Okay, well, I guess I'll put something.
Courtney, you cannot get that one wrong. Come on, you can look at this one.
No, I must be missing something.
How?
I don't know what I'm missing. Hey, okay. All right,
what are you doing over there?
I got it. I think I got it.
Okay. Okay. Hell, I hope I got it. Shit. Okay. Number 20. Yeah. You can read that one if you want.
Number 20. Okay. Which of the following is a way to compute 12 times 34? Oh, Lord.
Y'all should see this math problem. Ma'am. Hold on, let me zoom in real quick and get my bifocals. Because this right here is a joke.
It's a way to...
Wait, so are we like breaking it apart or are we just getting the answer?
I think it's just breaking it apart.
Okay.
There's probably some way to do this.
Well, I'm not aware.
I know. Well,
I'm gonna take a look, I guess.
I don't know. Hang on. I gotta.
Maybe I wonder if we're supposed to get the answer. Like, but it says to compute.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's like, you know how they want you to do like expressions.
Yeah, but your expression should equal the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Why do we not know how to break this down?
I wonder, do we get a calculator on this test, or
they probably give you one of those little itty bitty ones?
Or yeah, please, please.
Or either it's like one of those like tricks that the teachers tell you, you know, like how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I put an answer down, but that's a big question mark for me. We just get 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 21. That's when math was fun for me.
Honey, that's when math starts getting complicated. Okay, 31.
Okay.
I think it's my turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Miranda distributed 176 pieces of candy equally among 16 friends. How many pieces did each friend receive?
No calculators.
Oh, that's basic division. Okay.
We got this. We got this.
Bam. Got it.
Hold on. Hang on.
I hope I don't get this wrong.
Gotcha.
All right. Number 42.
42. Okay. This involves some graphs. So which of the following graphs best displays the information on the table? It's a table of Billy's test scores. Caitlin and I can see the graph, so if you can't answer this question, I say you don't have the graphs.
I'm good on that one.
Hang on. Okay, I'm good. Sorry,
All right.
gotta look through everything. All right.
47. Yep, one more question.
One more.
If the pointer, so there's like a little graph here too, I'll explain it. But if the pointer is spun 12 times, what will most likely happen? So it's in a circle, it has a little pointer, and it's split into 4 sections. It's one section is 1, one section is 2, and there's 2 sections that say 3. A says the spinner will point to 1 the most often. B, the spinner will point to 1 the least often. C, the spinner will point to B the most often. D, the spinner will point to 3 the least often. And that's it for the math. Thank the Lord. Whew.
Yep. Okay, you ready to go over these questions and answers? Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ahead and say I probably got 2 of these wrong.
All right, number 8 is A.
Oh, got that one right. Check it.
All right.
Okay, 20? I was confused because can we discuss that one?
Yeah.
Because that one,
you're just taking the difference between each of the growth.
That's what I did, but for some reason I got 3 differences. Like the March, April, May, June, those all had 3 in between them.
Yeah, that's right. He grew. The difference was 3 inches each month, and then the only one that's the lowest is between February and March.
Yes, which is 1. But it says
which is the answer.
It says which months. The only month, 1 singular, is really February. The other ones are the same.
Yeah, but you don't have an all of those then, so it would have to be February and March.
Again, I think that's slightly a trick question, but because it does say
1 is the least though.
Yeah,
3 would still be higher.
The only reason A is the correct answer is because of February, not because of March. Because March is not technically.
No, it would be because of March because he only grew 1 month between February and March.
Okay, I see. Well, yeah, that's where I was messing up. I see what you're talking about. It's because February is 18 and March is 19.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking between March and April. I don't know why I was.
Yeah, and the difference are those 2 months together. So January to February, the difference is 4. February to March, the difference is 1.
Okay, that's why it took me so long. I was like, am I forgetting something?
Yeah, that one was like overly simple, I think. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was overly simple, but I kept staring at it. Like,
facts. I feel that. Okay, question number 20 is A.
I got that wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I put D.
I just did the math for the calculation and then found the solution that would fit that.
10 times 34 plus 2 times. I should have done the math.
When in doubt, do the math.
I was trying to like break down. You know how they do those little tricks where you like multiply the, this by that.
But you don't have an equal signs to do that.
Yeah, I should have just multiplied it. I don't know what I was doing. Anyway, I put D.
Okay.
I knew I was going to get that one wrong.
31 is C. I got that one wrong.
Well.
We're going to go back to these and see what we got wrong. 40
Wait, 31 was
A.
D? How was 31 not D?
That's what I'm saying. It says 31 is C.
Hold on. We're going to divide. It's 16 divided by 176.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. How in the hell?
It's 11. Do I do long division wrong?
Okay, wait. So 16 goes into 17 one time. And then you get 1 left.
1.
And then you put it, you get 6, and you get 12.
Well, no, 16 goes into 16 once.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's 11.
And then you multiply.
Yeah. Okay, I misread that.
I didn't carry the 1. Damn.
And I put 2. I don't know how I got 2. But yeah, you're right. Okay, so I guess I'm wrong.
Bro, you got 2, I put 0. So I had 10.
I had 12. Well.
Okay. I was like, this is the easiest one. Just divide.
I just knew I had that one right in the bag. Swoosh. Nope. Got it. Okay, well.
Well. Okay,
let's see. 42. 42 is A. You got that one right?
Yes.
Check. All right, finally. 47 is C. How?
Yes.
You got that right?
Yeah.
How?
Did you get it right?
No.
Because the 3s take up half the board, so anytime it spins, it's like 2 times, or it's half likely to land on a 3.
Oh, that's what I actually meant to put. Not least. It's more likely. Yeah, that was that's an error. Yeah, okay. Well, got a 3 out of 5.
I got
it.
Yeah, I got a 3 out of 5.
Well, got a 60. That'll count for something.
Right?
Oof.
I just knew I had 31 right, though.
I did
carry
too.
a damn 1. Hell.
Right?
See, that's why, friends, I did not like math, because you mess up one thing, the whole thing's off.
Facts. All right, last topic is science. All right. Okay, Courtney, you're going to start with this.
Okay. Let me get this.
I think there's 10 questions in this section.
10 questions in this section. Okay, so this one has a graph.
And they're out of order, by the way.
Yes, they're out of order. So a student and a teacher made homemade syrup from sugar and water. They noticed that when they added too much sugar to the water, the syrup formed crystals when it cooled. During an investigation of why this happened, the following occurred. A, they added sugar to boiling water and stirred. 2, the sugar was no longer visible and the mixture was clear. 3, they poured the mixture into jars and placed a stick inside each jar. 3, after several days, crystals of sugar started forming around each stick. 5, the student drew these pictures of the jar before and after the crystals the sugar formed. All right. This is continuing the question. The teacher drew this model of the sugar and water particles after the sugar was added to the water. The teacher used black circles to represent sugar particles and white circles to represent water particles. Which model shows the mixture in the jar when the sugar was no longer visible?
Child?
When the sugar was no longer visible.
I don't know.
Okay, wait, hold on. I got it. Use your context clues, kiddos.
So black circles represent sugar particles and white circles represent the water. Child?
Wait, I'm rethinking this.
I didn't change my answer about 5 times.
Hold on. Wait.
I don't know.
Hang on, I got this.
I'm gonna go back with my original answer.
I got it.
Because I mean, it's not.
You got your answer?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I changed mine like 2 times.
Yeah, like 5 times. Okay. Anyway, so question 8 says, which statement best describes how sugar crystals form during the investigation? F, crystals of sugar take several days to form. G, matter was destroyed when the water was stirred. H, sugar particles collected together until they were big enough to see. And J, the amount of sugar inside the jar increased when the stick was added.
Got your answer?
Yep.
All right. 9 says, which statement describes the particles in the sugar crystals after they formed on the stick? A, close together and stuck to each other. B, close together and not stuck to each other. C, far apart and stuck to each other. Or D, far apart and not stuck to each other. You good with that one?
I think so. All right. The next passage says, a student in Oklahoma studying the night sky wondered why different stars are seen in different times of the year. The student decided to study 2 constellations. One of the constellations was Orion and the other constellation was Boots. The study found 2 pieces of information about the constellations. First, the student found the number of hours Orion is visible each night. The student recorded the data for different months in a table. Next, the student found a picture to show where Earth is in its path around the sun in December. The student copied the picture and also marked where the constellations Orion and Boots are in December. The student's table and pictures are shown. And then it shows different different hours Orion can be seen in Oklahoma during specific months. Question number 4, or the first question says, during the year, the number of hours Orion can be seen in Oklahoma changes. Which graph correctly shows the changes? It's a visual description. So. Good on that one?
Yeah, let me get my answer down.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good on that one. All right. So this is based on the same question. Some months are missing from the student's data table. Which table shows the number of hours Orion will likely be seen in September and November in Oklahoma? Okay, I think I got it.
Hold on, I gotta.
Zoomy, zoomy, zoom. Sorry, I keep singing that.
Okay, I think I'm good.
Cool. Alrighty. So the next one is another series of graphs. And it says, which graph shows the number of hours boots will most likely be seen in the Oklahoma night sky during the year?
Based off of...
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? Because this one's just Orion, right?
Yeah, this chart.
I think this is definitely an interpretive question, but I'm really confused because...
Seriously? What are we talking about? Good on that one?
Honestly, I'm taking a wild guess. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm sure there's something
I
I
actually think I got
like,
this one. I think I got that one.
I think I'm confused on like... Well, okay. Let me take a half wild guess. Let's try that. Okay.
You're like, oh no, this is too mythical.
Okay, let's do that then.
All right.
Okay, the next one. Is it my turn to read? Yeah.
Is it?
Okay, so the drawing shows some plants and animals that live in Black Kettle National Lands in southwestern Oklahoma. It's a hawk, coyote, grasses, prairie chicken, rattlesnake, grasshopper, antelope. Some students wanted to make a model to show how matter moves through this grassland. The students had learned that the movement of matter allows plants and animals in the grassland to get nutrients or food. If the plants and animals do not get the nutrients or food they need, they cannot survive. By making the model, the students could predict how well plants and animals would survive if events such as fire or drought happen in the ecosystem. First question. And then it says the students also learned some of what the organisms eat. Prairie chickens eat native grasses, and coyotes eat prairie chickens. Native grasses are eaten by antelope, and antelope are eaten by coyotes. Draw the organisms into the food web to show how matter moves along the organisms. We can just write names.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay. Okay. So basically they give you the options of antelope, coyote, native grasses, prairie chicken. So I just basically draw a food chain or write out a food chain for that.
All right.
Gotta get my food chain skills back. Oh, wait, hang on. Put the arrow the wrong way.
Yeah, me too.
Got the antelope eating the coyote. Reverse it. Okay.
All right. Next question says, what can the students add to their models to show the matter also moves between organisms and the environment? F, rocks, because they are a common part of soil. G, sun, because it allows plants to make their own food. H, wind, because it moves air and dust around the grassland. J, decomposers, because they break down dead plants and animals. I feel like there's multiple answers here.
Yeah, I think there's multiple here. I mean, we're all connected. You know what I'm saying? We are all God's children. Am I right? I think I'm just gonna go for what the obvious is. I feel like that's what you gotta do in
maybe.
standardized tests. Be obvious. Like
Maybe.
it could be other things, but all right, you got that one?
Yeah.
Okay. So is this the last question for science?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so last question. Which set of events should the students model also include to show how matter moves in the ecosystem? A. Plants take up air and water to make food. Animals eat plants. Animals breathe out air. B. Plants release food as waste. Animals break down waste from plants. Animals breathe out air. C. Animals take in air and water to make food. Other animals eat these animals. Animals release waste. D. Animals release waste into air. Animals breathe in water, in air. Water is taken up by animals to make food. This one's another one I think could be multiple.
Yeah.
Like, well,
I don't know.
Okay, no, hold on. I think I know. Thanks to actually high school biology, I think there's a better answer.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think shit. I don't know.
Well, yeah, okay.
All right. You ready to go through the answers?
Yes.
All right. So the first one we did was number 7, 8, and 9. Number 7 is B. The correct answer is there are different representations for superparticles and water particles, and the two types of particles are mixed together.
Okay. I had C, then I had B, then I had A.
Me too. Me too. I literally had B, then I was like, no, it has to be A, and then I went to C, and I was like, let me go back to my original.
Yeah, because my original thought was C is clear, so it's water.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
yeah, but that's what you see, but still sugar is in there because it's not just water.
Yeah, that's why I changed it. I was like, no, then it's B. Then it's all dissolved sugar, right? Because it's like, if we're not counting the water, then
but water's still present.
Exactly. That's why I was like, okay, then we're going to go to, no, that's why I went to B. And then I was like, wait. What if they only what if we just see the water and then the particles of sugar is what's actual like physical particles? That's why I went to A.
Well, water, you still see the water in the container though.
I know. That's why I should have stuck with B. I had C, went to B, then I went to A.
Yeah.
Talking myself out of B.
I'm not gonna lie, I was confused. I was highly confused.
Because I think you could do D as well.
You think so?
Yeah, like there's water.
Yeah, they're just not evenly mixed. But yeah, if it's all like stuck together, kind of like in the other diagram, if they're clumped together, you're going to see the presence. Versus if it's diffused evenly, then you don't see the sugar particles.
So I guess D is like water and oil, like the oil setting.
Yeah, it will separate. Exactly. Yeah.
That's like really interpretive, I think.
Yeah.
You only got that wrong.
Okay. I actually got that one right. I'm pretty surprised.
I had it. I scratched it out for sure.
All right. Number 8 is H.
Yes, I got H for 8.
Okay.
I think that.
Number 9 is A.
A. Yes, I got that one right.
Number 4 is H.
Yes, got that one.
Number 5 is B.
Yes, got that one. Did you get that one?
I got that one, yeah. Number 6, I put J, but the answer is F.
Wow. Because I put G.
Huh.
What did that one say again? That was the one with boots. Like you had to, based off of Orion, you had to guess where boots would be be.
Where Boots was going to be. Yeah, I just assumed like it would be the opposite of what it would be in December. Because we had no information about Boots.
Yeah, that's why I was like, there was no information. There was not really enough information about Boots to know. Besides that little diagram, where the sun and the earth is, but like constellations don't rotate around the earth or anything. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
constellations are like fixed stars from like other galaxies. So,
all right.
That was
then
misleading.
Oh, I didn't like that one because you don't have any information.
Exactly.
So, all you have is Orion, but okay, whatever. And then you have the number 1. It should be coyotes at the top, native grasses on the bottom, and then the 2 in the middle should be antelope and prairie chicken.
Yes, that's what I did.
Got that one right. Shocker.
Although I was debating, I was like, should I put native grasses at the top?
No, because that's the bottom of the food chain. That's where the source of energy is coming from, and then that disperses to everybody else.
I guess. I'm just thinking what eats what, like as long as the antelope and chicken are in the middle, then technically everything else could make sense.
Yeah, but then you have to change the arrows.
That's true, you're right. Okay. I did it the way that they like set up, but I was just thinking, I was like, could we technically put grass at the top?
Facts. Anyway. Number 2 is J, decomposers.
J?
That's I put G.
I put G too. It was between G and J for me, but I was like, the sun to me felt more obvious because like that's the energy source that the plants use to
provide food,
right? Yeah. Moves between well, I guess you know what? Moves between organisms and the environment. The sun is not an organism. Now I think about it.
You have to read into that question. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, because a decomposer is an organism. Like that's cells and whatever. It's a living thing. The sun is not a living thing. It's a ball of fire, really, which provides the energy.
I guess that's fair. That one's just...
that's a context thing, I think.
Yeah. That should have been a grammar question, honestly, but all right.
Yeah.
And then the last one is number 3, and that one's A.
What?
Number 3 is A.
Okay.
You didn't get that one right?
I hadn't thought about that. No, I put C.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back to the question. What set of... Yeah. I put A. So you put in animals take in air and water to make food. Animals don't make food.
Oh, damn. This is why I got tripped up with this stuff.
Facts. It's like literally trick questions. Like, come on.
These are kind of trick questions. I'm like, why were they making trick questions for a 5th grade like standard test?
Seriously.
Because everything else makes sense besides animals don't make food.
Mm-hmm.
But what actually tripped me up with the first one is, do plants take up air and water to make food? They don't take up air. Plants create air.
They create air, but they take in carbon dioxide.
That's not air, though. Air is not H2O.
Well, air is the exchange of carbon dioxide for oxygen. That's our air, but their air is carbon dioxide, and that there's an exchange. So there's an carbon dioxide in the environment as well, which is considered air.
That's misleading because I'm talking about human being air. We're talking about plant air.
And that's why we're talking about this is a science ecosystem as a whole, not just humans.
I know, but I'm like, but air could go either way because they're not taking in oxygen. They cannot process oxygen.
Yeah, they process carbon dioxide and release oxygen.
Yeah, they would if they were in a room with oxygen, they'd die.
Yeah,
but they take the carbon dioxide out of the environment that we live in and re-release oxygen that we breathe.
Mm-hmm. I think, isn't that like part of like the Krebs cycle or something?
Yeah. And I remember I was thinking, I was like, no, because we did this in high school biology. Like we spent more than half a year on how
Oh my
plants
God,
eat.
yes. Oh my God. We had to take a whole course on like, what was it called? What class? You remember I had to make that little project and build like the model?
Yeah.
Oh, I hated that.
We
What was
just
it?
knew I had that right.
Yeah,
I
no.
did.
How many did you get right for that one?
That was my worst section. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 right.
Okay. 4 out of 9, Courtney?
Yes. Wait, no, 5 out of 9. I didn't count this one. 5 out of 9.
Well, I got 7 out of 9. I still got a 78, so shit. My best
'Cause I
subject
didn't
was
get the first one.
actually my best subject was social studies.
My best
That's
was
odd.
social studies too, actually. Social studies, I got
I
them
did
all
pretty good on
right.
the economy questions, so
Yeah.
it was the
Social
actually
studies, I got all
history
right.
ones.
English, not exactly all right. Science was the worst.
Oh, honey, math was the worst. Got a 60.
Well, I guess. So, what do you think? Should we determine, are we smarter than fifth grader? I don't know. I really don't know.
I really don't. I'm not sure.
I'm realizing now that they're making that in fifth grade, they are requiring you to be pretty interpretive. Like, you got to
Yeah.
look beyond the surface, you know?
Mm-hmm.
In all of these subjects, really, they're asking you to kind of compare and contrast in literature, but then also use context clues in like math and science to get your answer.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you have to like use it all. So
exactly, like you're sitting there like, no, hold on, let me get out the pen and paper, figure this out, you
right.
know. So
Do freaking algebra for the darn English. Come on.
yeah, like 11, the one where I missed the carry the one. Sheesh. And this is why we use our phones, family, like listeners out there. We use our phones so we can get this stuff correct.
Seriously. I know these children need calculators.
Right. They might actually give them calculators. Well, I don't know.
hope
If they're
so.
doing long division, probably not. To make sure they have long division, you know. That's wild. Okay, well, I don't know. I guess we've determined that I don't know if we are really smarter than fifth graders because some of these questions trip you up.
Not really
love to
sure.
know
I
how
didn't do
fifth
too
graders
hot.
are.
I had about a C average, so
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I had like probably a B.
yeah, I had 7. The highest was an 80 something, so that's a B.
Well, the subjects I was strongest in, I expected to be strongest in English and social studies.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah, that concludes our episode.
Yeah, we hope you play along, answer some of these questions. We should, we should post the questions so people can actually like really do the test. We should put it in a PDF or something and post it on the post it in the description.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
So people can see exactly what we were doing, and they can probably follow along too as we do the episode.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but that was fun. We should do something again. Maybe we should just like every couple months or whatever, we do like, let's do a 6th grade test or like an 8th grade test, see where we're at,
Yeah, we should do the one to like get out of high school because we had to take one like that too.
Yeah, that would be
the
good.
Exit exam. I think it was called the exit exam.
Yeah. Wait, we took a high school exit exam?
Yeah, we had to. I think you take it in like 11th grade or something like that.
I don't remember that. You know what? Yep. You know why I didn't remember it? Because we were so focused on IB exams. We didn't care. Whatever. Everything else was literally so small compared to that. So.
But we had to take an exit exam, so.
I don't know why that's totally slipped my brain. But I mean, I believe you. I believe we would have to, but. Well, anyway, it's been fun, guys. We hope you have fun playing Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader?
And thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, we look forward to the next episode.
Bye.
Bye, guys.